Delivery.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Delivery Boys podcast, the only podcast on all podcasting networks that requires you to be of a certain height in order to listen. I'm of course your host Jesse.
And I'm Noah.
And we broke the streak. It's our streak of just really good luck. Mac?
Hi.
Yeah. So, every episode our guest has just kind of picked up the picture that they're supposed to say hi at that time. You were the first one who did not say hi.
Okay, I guess that means I'm bad luck.
So far you are, but that's okay. This is Mac, everybody.
Hi.
He's our boy. We're
I'm
hanging
their
out.
boy.
Boy with a Y. It's our first male guest. Breaking the
Making that streak, the female streak. Are you bisexual by any chance, Mac?
I can't say that I am.
So we have
Making that
officially
streak too.
we have lost our streak of bisexual women guests on our podcast, which is I was really enjoying it, but it's okay. We'll just keep moving on from there.
Can't win them all.
Not enjoying it like that, man. Come on. So we're here. We're searching for jobs right now. That car is really loud.
It's a big Chevy.
Yeah, it's a tiny wiener too.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, I said it. I'll just, that's how we're gonna start the podcast. Do large truck drivers have tiny wieners?
Unless it's like for a job. Like if it's a
Okay.
big rig driver driving across the country.
So if your boy's driving an 18-wheeler, that don't count.
Correct.
Okay. I respect that.
But like to go every time you like go 20, it's not good.
That's true. I believe in that. 100%. Mac,
I also agree. I'm going to take it one step further, though.
tell me.
I might get a little bit of heat for it.
Tell me.
But I'm going to say that if you drive a motorcycle that is intentionally loud, that is also tiny wiener energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So like a little crotch rocket?
Like I don't know, nothing against like people that enjoy riding motorcycles or nothing, but if you make your motorcycle as loud as you possibly can just for the intent of like
Marking your territory.
yeah,
auditory space.
that's tiny wiener energy.
Yeah, we don't mess with that.
What about pocket bikes? You remember pocket bikes? I feel like those aren't a thing anymore.
Pocket bike. Yeah, I remember
like-
pocket bikes.
Motorcycles that are like 1/5 the size of a normal bike.
Remember that game with the pocket bike racer from Burger King?
No.
All right, we'll play that later. That was a dope game.
Was that one of the Burger King video games?
Yeah. it was
I
one of
do
the-
remember those. I don't remember that specific one, but
They
I remember
had the 3 Burger King Xbox games.
Yeah, I remember the Sneaking.
Oh, Sneak
Yeah,
King is
that's the one I remember too.
Yeah, that
That's-
was creepy.
That's the one that's. It's like the worst one, but it's the one that everybody remembers because it was just terrifying.
Scary, yeah.
I just remember being like young and those games coming out, and I was like very salty that I couldn't play any of them because I didn't have an Xbox 360.
I thought they were like on the original Xbox too,
Yeah, I think it might have been at the same time, but
but
I don't know.
I totally understand. I was the same way. So when I bought my Xbox 360 and I was in 8th grade, the 3rd game I got was Pocket Bike Racer. just as a big old moral victory. I paid $1 for it at GameStop.
you know I feel like cereals don't put toys much in their boxes anymore, right?
Right.
I remember when I was a kid, I got Backyard Baseball in a box of cereal.
Yeah,
It
they
was
used
like
to
a full
do that.
game.
They used to put real stuff in there.
It was like a full game.
Yeah?
I played that game so much on the computer.
I got Goofy's skateboarding. So yeah,
It's like real stuff.
like
It's
the
crazy.
Disney Goofy, not like skating Goofy.
Yeah.
Not the technical term, but the Disney character.
I mean, technically, wouldn't it be both?
I mean,
Goofy's
Goofy
Goofy,
probably
right?
was Goofy. He would probably skate Goofy. I feel like that would be a very
they-
possible thing.
I hope they paid attention to detail and did that.
Yeah, well, I mean, they made an entire Disney skateboarding game and didn't even bother to put Goofy in it. So
Yeah.
what's the point of that? How did we get started on this tangent? We just hopped through 5 different subjects.
It started with that one dude in his loud truck.
Oh, loud
Oh, yeah.
truck guy. Oh man, that was fun. So Mac, how about you? You tell the viewers at home about yourself. Just a quick synopsis of you.
Of me? Oh, God.
Quick synopsis.
Quick synopsis. I'm going to try and keep it as quick as I possibly can.
All right, do it.
I'm 22 years old. I was born on a rainy day. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, no. I work at Shaw's.
Shaw's is dope.
I'm a meat cutter. It sucks. It's a terrible job, but I make money doing it, so I got to do it.
And tonight we're playing with some new apps that are going to try to get us inside some grocery stores to do some grocery store deliveries.
It's
just because you're here.
Oh,
I know
man.
I know you just worked like 8 hours in a grocery store earlier today, but we're gonna throw you right back into the fire. Hopefully if something pops up.
Listen, as long as it's not Shaw's, I don't care.
okay. Now I need some insider information, Mac.
Yeah.
Stop and Shop has a robot that patrols the aisles and making sure everything's okay in the shop. Does Shaw's have any plans of coming back with a retaliation?
Honestly, I don't know. See, so Stop and Shop's been taking this like approach where they're trying to like phase people out in like a bunch of different facets of their company.
Yeah.
And Shaw's is kind of like positioning themselves to do the opposite of that, at least for right now. Like they've kind of switched like a couple of things around to be more like machine oriented, but like it's nothing like at the store level. It's at like the distribution level. You know what I'm saying?
Huh. Oh, actually, sorry. There's just a ton of Christmas lights over here.
This is looking real
Wow,
nice.
this is nice. Yeah, if you guys are in the area, go down to the Cape Cod Canal. It's looking pretty nice tonight.
It is looking pretty nice tonight. It's looking
Also,
pretty cute.
also, don't dox us, please. Don't steal our identity or location.
You guys want to go do some yoga?
Where?
The yoga shop that's next to the CBD store.
Wow, Mahoney's is popping.
Mahoney's is popping
Jeez.
tonight. But I didn't realize there's a yoga store here. But that's some killer news right there. We don't get too many inside scoops, being a small podcast. But I'm really happy that we were able to get down to like
Brass tags.
some brass freaking tacks tonight. Especially about the automation of employees in America.
Yeah, it's a scary thing. Our children might not have jobs. Our grandchildren won't have houses or land to walk on.
Mhm.
It'll be like Kevin Costner's Waterworld.
Kevin Costner. Oh, that's a bad one, right? Was Kevin Costner the?
No.
No, that was
That's Kevin Spacey.
That's
Yeah,
Kevin
it's
Spacey. He's the one who.
Kevin Costner. did something,
Kevin
to be
Costner's
honest.
cool then. Okay. Whoa.
Oh man,
Oh,
we got
that's
an
a fire.
emergency.
Wow.
All right. Sorry for any audio listeners who can't see this. Also, the video listeners who also won't be able to see this. There is a fire right there.
Yeah.
Uh,
At a motel, I think.
It looks like it's at the motel. Yeah. That's
Wait. No.
Or is that on purpose?
It's on purpose.
No, it is definitely.
Huh?
Are you sure?
They got the huge American flag flying over it.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Oh.
concert.
No, it is a concert.
Well, there was a fire truck on the road, which is why we thought it was a fire.
And tons of smoke.
yeah.
And tons of old people walking towards it.
Which,
Take us.
if you know
take
anything.
us.
Oh, finally up. All right.
Oh, we got a job.
Hopefully.
Oh,
it's
never
just
mind.
it just turned from nothing to very busy. So
Okay.
Woo!
we're gonna. So last episode we had 0 jobs. Tonight we have, hopefully, at least one. Neve got 2 jobs when she was on the podcast.
Mhm.
So
What's
hopefully,
the average?
yeah, the average is currently
One.
1. Because our first podcast when it was just us 2 was only 1. So we've had 1, 2, now 0, and British
Beer company.
BBC.
That's the most popular one.
$15.
Okay.
All right.
Hot dog.
There we go. All right. I'm I'm loving it. Am I right? Officially, unofficially sponsored by McDonald's. Cool. So we're about to make some solid 14. We're probably gonna have to deliver to the ponds, which is gonna suck. But, but it could be worse. We could have no jobs and be stranded in the middle of a city,
And get-
like we were
get
last
lost,
time. Lost multiple times.
Yeah.
We almost got stuck in a. That was in the air? No, that was the Gillette headquarters
Yeah.
and the MBTA station. We almost accidentally broke into 2 places.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was a crazy night. It was also raining and
It was tough to see.
And Kat kept breathing, so I couldn't see out the front friggin' mirror window. Friggin', I don't know what this is.
Yeah, breathing smoke and vapor.
Yeah, we had to throw some hard sensor bars on that one, folks. But it's, it's all part of the job. It's this balance that we have of creating public access television and also edgy podcasting.
Oh,
It's where we have to draw a thin line. We're talking about robots, right?
yes.
You know how robots are gonna automate everything?
Eventually.
So when I was younger, right? All right. To preface this for you guys, the three of us, actually, I don't know if you'd say you're a big fan yet. We're all pretty big wrestling fans, right?
Yeah.
We all watch wrestling together. Mac and I watch it every week together. We all get together, watch major shows together. It's fun. It's some fun stuff. Anyways, I thought that wrestling would be automated by the time I was like 19, and of course, everybody's dream when they're a kid is to be a professional wrestler. I thought I was never going to be able to have the opportunity because it would just be robots, and that the WWE would be filled with robots.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah, like even when I was 8, I was kind of woke to the idea that robots are just going to take over everything that we love.
What's going to happen when robots actually do that?
I think we'll be chilling. I don't know.
No, there's no way we're going to be chilling. We're going to get screwed somehow.
Like, yeah, we won't have jobs, but if nobody has jobs, then there has to be. The society has to.
We just have another Great Depression.
I guess.
It's going to be worse than that.
I think we could adapt. I don't know. I would like to think that we would adapt into a society that doesn't value. We do. Okay, Joker. Can you do your Joker laugh one more time into the microphone? It made me giggle. No, I think our society would try to be like, well, if nobody has jobs, then let's stop putting focus on jobs and stuff like that. I don't know.
There's gonna still have to be some workers to program and upkeep machinery.
That would obviously
be like
be
the upper class.
Yeah, that's like the people that work in engineering say that engineering is going to be like the only field that like there's going to be like real jobs in the next like couple of generations.
Which is great for anybody who majored in sports management. Bada boom.
I think we got enough time. At least maybe when we're old it'll like start kicking in. But the robots we got running around stores now are pillars that don't have faces. Like,
well, what does the Stop and Shop robot do?
It's just like orders. It goes up and down the aisle and it like scans like the barcodes. And it just orders whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
So instead of like having a person go in and be like, "Oh, we're selling a lot of soup this week," like it's just a robot who does that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like it's fast. It's just a Roomba that's really tall, basically. Yeah. And I think you can talk to it and ask for items.
Huh.
I think so.
That's real cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's cool as like when there's one robot and like 25 workers in the store, but
yeah. Also, Stop and Shop is kind of sus. If you remember the strikes.
Yeah.
Was that before the summer?
No, that was the week of Easter.
Easter, that's right.
So we had so many people coming into the store, like flipping out because we didn't have stuff for Easter, but like we weren't expecting Stop and Shop to like go on strike. So like we ran out of everything super early, and then everybody was just mad at us, and we were like, oh, there's nothing we can do. Like,
so sorry, man.
I hate shoppers like that, dude. Like, why do you expect the stores to carry everything to cater to you?
Yeah, I know you especially know this because this happened to you only like a couple weeks ago, but like the turkey thing.
Oh my lord!
Like when you're having sales on turkeys, and then you get there at the end of the day, you're like, why don't you have enough turkeys for everyone? Well, it's like because friggin' you're late.
Yeah.
To the turkey sale.
Today was the candle sale.
Oh yeah.
And the most popular one's like a pine tree smelling one. So people are coming in at like 5 p.m. and stuff, being like, "Do you have this pine tree smelling one?" I'm like, "No, it's the most popular one." They're like, "Well, you should have it still." Well, maybe you should come earlier, you stupid ass.
maybe you should come on your lunch break.
Oh no.
What?
He said that. He said, "Come on your lunch break."
It said take 30 minutes out of your lunch break instead of coming after work's done. Like a dedicated person, you know.
Mm-hmm.
know, when I wanted Call of Duty in high school, I made my dad go. No, I didn't make my dad go pick it up. My dad would pick it up for me at 10 o'clock instead of me waiting until the end of school. That way I'd always have a game. My dad was the best. I don't even care if I'm flexing. Dad, you're great. If you're listening, I really didn't want you to listen to any of these podcasts, but thanks for sticking around this far. I'm glad I haven't disappointed you yet.
Remember the map packs for Call of Duty when we were in like middle school?
Oh,
That was like the most anticipated thing. Like everybody knew it would come out for like a month. You'd be sitting there just waiting. Then you'd get your mom's credit card and put it in and spend $15 on like 5 maps. But then everybody, you were a cool kid, and if you didn't have it,
and then everyone was like, "Yeah, 2 maps are good. The other 3 suck." And then you just kind of wait it out.
let's go play zombies.
Then they wait for the new zombie map to come out.
Damn, so that's what it was like to have friends in middle school?
Yes, that's exactly what it was like to have friends. Sorry for that. But here's another fun story. This is a good one I like to tell. For any of you guys who know our friend Andrew Tricker, he's a great kid, great guy.
Great guy.
One time he bought $75 worth of Microsoft points on my Xbox by mistake.
Dude.
He saw that Despicable Me came out, and he was like, "The Minions, I want to do that." And I was
Wait, what?
I was like, no. He was doing it sarcastically.
The movie?
Like the Despicable Me movie, like the
what
Minions.
was he buying?
He was buying the movie because you remember how like
How would he spend 75?
So here's the thing: you could like buy specific amounts of points. You wouldn't just be like, "Oh, the movie's $10." You would buy Microsoft points, which were
Oh yeah.
I forget. They're in a weird
It was
like
like, yeah,
number. It was like $10 was like
800 points.
Yeah, it was 800.
It
That's
was
right.
random like that.
The dollar was 90 points. But he bought $75 worth, and he just kept going through the menus. And then after he bought it, he was like, "Yeah, I didn't think it'd be that easy to buy Microsoft points." So
Dude.
it was right before we were about to go on vacation, and I had to go to my mom and be like, "Mom, I'm really sorry. We accidentally bought $75 worth of Microsoft points on your credit card." She's like,
what?
I was expecting her to flip out. She's like, "Well, that's fine. As long as he pays me back, I don't care." I was like, "Okay." Cool. So, yeah. So,
My friend, I think sophomore year of college, she was playing this like baseball MLB type app on her phone.
oh no.
Accidentally spent $50 on like some pop-up.
Dude, microtransactions are terrifying.
It's absolute trash.
It's so easy to like be playing a game and accidentally click on something and be like, "Are you sure you want to pay $19.99 for this stuff that you're just gonna burn through in 2 minutes and give you a slight advantage?" And you're like, "Oh, shoot, dang."
I'm not even worried about myself buying it on accident. It's more like little kids who don't know what they're doing, like just tapping buttons.
There's
Press purchase.
Yeah.
Purchase. It's terrible.
I had friends who cheated the system and would like buy like they would do like microtransactions in games and then contact Apple and be like, "Sorry, my kid got my phone." And then they would get a freaking refund for it. And they'd be like, but they'd still get all the stuff because they like spent the in-game currency. And now we're like, that's wild.
Now that's how you get to the man.
That is how you stick it to the man.
I've never had that happen to me, like, on a microtransaction, but I can never forget the time I accidentally Venmo'd Jesse $1,200. My meal came out to like $10, so I was like, I'll give you. I was like, I'll give you a little bit extra for the tip, and then I guess I must have accidentally sent him $1,200.
Yeah. You want to tell him the favorite part of that story, or should I tell him my favorite part?
You can tell him your favorite part of that.
So we took 2 separate cars there, and I was like, "Oh, like, yeah, I'll send you the money back," and then I just never sent him the money while we were. Oh shoot, my microphone's doing this. While we were like driving, so we drove 25 minutes back, and he was like, "I don't have my money. Where's my money?" He's like freaking out. It was fun.
All right, so we're at the British Beer Company.
I wasn't like freaking out.
Now you know I would do it back. But
I did. I was just like, oh no.
All right, I'll be back. You guys, I'm mute myself, so don't worry about me on the board.
Okay.
Talk. Yeah, I don't think you can hear me.
That dude could though.
He was like looking like, what's
What the
going
heck?
on?
So how do you feel about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I love JoJo's Bizarre
Can you
Adventure.
give me a summary? Because I have no clue what it's about. I know there's
Okay.
like multiple JoJo's, but that's it.
All right, so it starts out with like, it takes place in like England, like 1880 something, and it follows the story of Jonathan Joestar, who's like the son of like an aristocrat, and his adopted brother Dio Brando. And Dio Brando's like comes from like a super poor family, but like Jonathan's family owes Dio's family a life debt. So like when Dio's dad dies, they move in, and Dio basically is just like, I'm gonna finesse this entire family out of all of this money. And like it starts out pretty straightforward at first, but then like it turns into a story about like Dio becomes a vampire, and like
Okay.
Jonathan has to like master martial arts basically to like a specific martial art to like kill Dio. And then so that's like a basic synopsis of part 1. And then part 2 is Jonathan's grandson Joseph, who's way better as a character. So Dio turns himself into a vampire with a stone mask. Like part 2, Joseph has to fight the vampires that created the stone mask. And there's 3 of them. They're called the Pillar Men. And that is just absolutely insane. Honestly, definitely worth watching. And then part 3 is where it switches to like this. You ever heard of the stands? You ever heard stands? People probably talk about them. I know
don't
Cobb's
know.
huge into it, but they switch like the power system around for part 3. But it follows Joseph's grandson. His name's Jotaro, and a recently resurrected Dio has like trying to take over the world. So Joseph, who's an old man now, his grandson, and like 3 other dudes travel from Japan to Egypt on foot, fighting enemies and like basically trying to get to Dio and defeat him before he can take over.
So are
the world.
these each seasons or are they just episodes?
No, they're all seasons.
Oh, okay.
So like the first like 3 parts. Hey.
And now that this camera works,
We have our food.
you become our food holder.
I will be the food holder. Oh no, smells good. But yeah, that's basically a rough summary of the first 3 parts.
How many parts are there?
So there's 5 that have been animated, but there's 8 altogether. So like,
Okay.
Wait, what have I missed?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Of course.
that was
Hey, I
it.
mean, at least you get it all out of the way before I come back, so I don't look like a fool because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Me neither. I, just
I
asked
am
him what
on,
it
right?
was.
You can hear
Yeah.
me? Okay, dope.
So
what?
where are we delivering this to, Jesse?
We're going to the ponds.
Oh, we are going.
Surprise,
to the ponds.
surprise.
The Pons.
You gotta go 11 minutes back into the woods, the opposite way of how we get home. For anybody following along at home. Everybody got their maps of South Coast Massachusetts out. We're heading right into the thick of things.
With
Into
2
the thick
C's.
of it.
Right into the thick of things.
So what is the best Christmas song?
Best Christmas song? None of them.
They're playing in the restaurant. They're doing a "Oh baby, it's a beautiful sight, do do do, and we're happy tonight." And we're gonna get copyright strike now, but that's fine. It was worth it. They're
one's
playing
alright.
that one's okay. I like Michael Bublé. Unironically.
He's a solid.
I know you giggle, but
solid
the
Christmas.
dude's got pipes. Dude puts on some great music. Heard he's good in concert too. I have a lot of friends up at school who went and saw him in concert.
Yeah, you can't hate.
Can't hate Bublé.
He's solid, innocent,
Yeah, he's just
giving
a
us a nice voice. Yeah.
good guy who's just doing a bunch of Christmas covers. That's it. Or I think he has his own music, right?
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't like Christmas music. I like Christmas. Like, I'm not trying to be a Grinch about it or anything, but like,
Yeah.
I think Christmas music is kind of conceptually stupid.
It's just weird that there's Christmas music. I guess there's so much of it.
It's
Well, there's not like music for any other freaking holiday we have.
yeah, I understand that. I mean, yeah, so like Christmas is like the S tier like holiday, so I understand why people would like want to make like music about it. But I don't know. I don't know. I love Thanksgiving, and the fact that Thanksgiving every year gets outshadowed by Christmas music always grinds my gears.
Yeah, I
Peter
never-
Griffin style. You know?
Thanksgiving was never big for us, but like, you need to appreciate the time you have, and Thanksgiving is a good time
Yeah.
to appreciate. I guess the time for appreciation. So we shouldn't just skip over Thanksgiving.
Do you guys have good Thanksgiving this year?
I did. It was low key. If any of you guys remember our Thanksgiving episode, only 5 of you listened to it, so I know none of you saw it. So just to give a nice little recap, it was fun. It was low key. We ate dinner late, got to wake up late. Like it was nice. And saw my grandma. No complaints here.
Yeah, I think Thanksgiving should be a low-key holiday because it's sandwiched in between Halloween and Thanksgiving, which are both high-key.
Yeah, those are high key.
So,
I don't know. Thanksgiving in my family has always been like a spectacle. So
Really?
like it was very fun this year. Well, awkward but also fun because like my family's like the black sheep at the
Oh.
Thanksgiving table.
Sorry,
And,
that car freaked
none
me
of my
out.
aunts and uncles would talk to me except for my one uncle. It was like 11:30 in the morning. He was like, "You want a beer?" And I was like, "Nah, honestly, I drank last night, so like I probably shouldn't." And he was like, "Come on, you're not even gonna have a beer with your uncle." So I was like, "All right, I guess I have to have a beer."
It's also 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it turned into me getting day drunk with my uncle. And like him and I were like the only two that like, he was the only one that was talking to me. So like we sat in our own little section with my cousin and like we were chilling and then they were all just talking about snobby like business and politics and we were talking about wrestling and sports.
That's dope. Yeah, that's so fun. Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, but speaking of Thanksgiving, let's give thanks to our sponsor real quick. 7 in the morning. We're here at the station, and I'm tired. You know, I'm just tired. But there's always something that can help me get to work on time. It's Dunkin' Donuts. This podcast is unofficially sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Oh, we're back. Wow. That was quite a good ad read that I probably did. Are you complimenting me?
no.
Okay. Turns right up here. Get to the house. So I had a funny story. I don't think I've shared this to either one of you. Hopefully, definitely not on the podcast. That would. We're gonna let this guy go first because he's just speeding. The other day, I was listening to a podcast because I listen to podcasts while I'm delivering. That like, I don't know, when you deliver, you're out driving for like 2 or 3 hours. It's nice to like not listen to the same music over and over
Yeah.
again. Nice to get some different voices in your head for a change. Somebody on the podcast sneezed, and I verbally said "bless you," just out loud to myself. I mean,
What'd they
I'm
say
real
back?
polite. They didn't. They're not real.
Oh.
Yeah, but Mac, you were saying earlier during the break that we're breaking your podcast virginity.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been involved with any sort of podcast at all.
Watching
Not even
and
watching, listening, partaking in. This is my very first everything.
What do you think so far?
I'm having fun.
Let's see. Why haven't you ever been big into podcasts? Because
See,
I'm just curious.
I'm gonna to go off of what you were just saying.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the opposite, where like I don't really care if I listen to the same music over and over and over again because I feel good listening to it.
Okay.
So I just never really had like the need. But it's fun. I'm enjoying myself.
I was traveling this summer. One of the host families I was staying with, one of the guys, he's my age, or I guess our age, because we're all basically the same age, right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were, because you are 22 now. And he was like, yeah, you really don't get into podcasts until you're like out of college and adult. And I was like, haha, that's funny. Like, nah, I don't think that'll be me. And then as soon as I get home and I'm like starting to do this, I'm like researching podcasts to listen to and like stocking up on like a big library of stuff. And I'm like, oh man, Wyatt was right. So if Wyatt, you're listening to this, way to go, man. You correctly predicted the future today.
I like to listen to them when I'm like going to sleep. So I don't end up listening to much of it, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes, but I don't know. I feel like I vibe too much to the music that I listen to, so
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
so like I'll just stay awake the whole time if I try to put music on. But if I put on a podcast, I can sort of listen to it, sort of not, and it helps me
So
pass
you're-
out.
Yeah, you're obviously a scientist. What's do you listen to like do you listen to like smart podcasts? Like
You have to talk to Michaela about that. She listens to the smart ones.
oh, she's the one who's like the NPR and like Boston Public Radio and
Yeah, the Queen
that
listens
crap.
to NPR too.
yeah.
But I listen to. The only one I really listen to like now is the Ricky Gervais show, which is like it's a radio show, so it's a podcast for boomers, I guess. But
Boomer podcasting.
yeah, they're just wicked funny, and they had so much content. Now it's just looking them up.
Nope. Do this delivery real quick.
We'll be right back. Let's listen to Jesse deliver this food. Will they say thank you?
Can you slide saying that we're here?
Yep. Oh no.
You're gonna be able to hear me too when I do this. This is my favorite part. When I can just walk up to a house.
Oh. There's dogs. Man.
Hello, doggy. Hello.
Sorry.
I know you're good. Here you go.
Dog's going
Oh.
crazy.
Uh-oh.
Maverick, come on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I got him.
The dog's
I got
breaking
him.
free.
Hey,
Sorry.
No,
Maverick,
it's
come on.
come on, Maverick.
Oh, he fell.
Hi.
Oh.
You're good.
I wish I
I
was
just want to make sure he doesn't like, run away and stuff. Maverick, come on. Maverick. No?
Call the dog.
Hey. Oh. Oh, so close. That was so
Come on,
close.
Mav.
Hey. Hi. Hello. No, Maverick, you gotta go that way. You gotta. Nope.
Jesse,
Nope.
we can't use this content.
I mean, it's wholesome.
Maverick, come on.
We got a squeaky toy now.
Cool. See you. You're welcome. Have a great night.
I think she just looked in the car and saw us.
You guys hear all that?
Yep, Maverick.
I just got to play with the dog. Also, it was more trying to make sure the dog didn't escape from the house. That was fun. Great.
This is a really small driveway.
Yeah.
This
It feels
is.
like we're in
It's
the
an
road.
awkwardly small driveway. Yeah, so one of my favorite parts of this job is playing with dogs. It happens a lot more than you think it does, which is the best part.
Have you been bit?
No, not yet.
Good.
I'm hoping to keep it that way.
But yeah, podcast. Where'd
Where
that
did it
word
come
come
from?
from?
What'd that do? Where'd that be? Where'd that be start? Oh, I just honestly believe that it came from Apple.
Some
think
think
that-
tank was like, yeah, podcast, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I like to think they had like the Jimmy Neutron brain blast, like think, podcast.
I got it.
I'm gonna turn around because the GPS says that we can get out of Plymouth faster
The other way.
if we went the other way instead
Wow,
of going
that's a
back
scary
to
road.
the other place. And to be honest, I really don't like delivering to the ponds. Because every time you go over a curve and like the other way, it feels like someone's gonna drive right into you.
This is it.
The way that the curves work in this road
Yeah. Very
is that you
sharp.
like
that sounds good.
come up right over the hill and it's just like another car's lights right in front of you.
This is a scary road, but this is nowhere near the scariest road I've ever been on.
Were you there when we went
Weird
to
flex.
East, I think, Mac? And we
Nah.
drove, oh my God. Driving in East in the darkness is the scariest freaking thing. It's just dirt roads, rich houses,
Oh,
all in the middle of the woods.
wait, you went at night?
Yeah, I think it was me, Tricker. Jason was there, I think. I thought you were there, but I don't know. When we-
I
this
went.
pink shirt
we
lady?
went at pink shirt lady. Oh, yeah. No, that wasn't at night.
Was that like at evening or something?
Yeah, that was back when we did the Jesse Rez show.
I think we did another one at night because I know I've been there multiple times. So
Yeah. No, that was when we we're gonna go pick up someone, and they were like, "Oh no, I'm camping."
I'm camping, yeah.
Yeah, our friend was supposed to do a skit with us, and instead he went camping. Didn't tell any of us, so we had to improvise and just instead not do anything.
Yeah, that was a good time though.
It was. That's when we found the house that looked like it was from Call of Duty.
Yeah, Estate.
Estate. Yeah. From Modern Warfare 2. If any of you played it.
Classic.
If not, go out and play it.
All right. This is the best scary movie of all time.
The best scary movie of all time. Are we talking like Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Whichever
No.
one the dude pees out of his finger. Is that Scary Movie 2?
Is this a scary movie? What's the one with Dr. Phil and Shaq?
I have no clue.
I remember that one way too well for some reason. That one scene.
What do you think, Mac?
So,
Mac,
like,
what's your favorite scary movie?
So, I don't know. It's kind of cliche, but I think my favorite's probably The Thing from 1985.
Oh, it's not the original.
That is the original. Well, it's kind of the original. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just
John Carpenter's.
the magnum opus of like what a well-written movie should be, like horror movie should be. And all the effects were practical and way ahead of their time, so the movie still looks really good today. It's like, even like the they made a prequel for it in 2011 and it used all CGI, and the 1985 version looks better.
Yeah.
It's,
Really?
like, ridiculous.
I'm trying to think of. I don't remember. I don't watch a lot of scary movies a lot, so like, I'm just a little baby wuss boy. I'll admit it. I just I think the one that stuck out to me recently was the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
That was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
I had no idea that movie even existed before I got into the theater.
Yeah,
I just went because a friend dragged me to it. I didn't know like anything, the backstory behind it, and I was terrified through some parts. So
Some of that stuff was really good.
I still haven't seen it. I wanted to see it, but then I didn't hear good things, so I didn't see it.
yeah, no, apparently it was just not great. But
I think
it
it was definitely a good movie. It's like people, if you read the books, like the Scary Stories books,
mhm.
you remember it to be a lot scarier than it actually is. Like it's corny kid stuff, but
That's because you were a corny kid
you're
when
a
you
little
read
kid,
it.
yeah.
Right.
But the movie honestly does a good job with the visuals and stuff, and the story isn't too like childish. Like if a kid saw it, it would be scary to them.
Huh.
And even as an adult, it was a fun movie.
Okay. Yeah, no, I could see
People
that.
just it's their like
Yeah,
expectations.
I just never read the books, or knew the books existed. So like, coming in with literally zero expectations, it was like, oh, that's gross. That's a gross looking person thing. That's that's pretty scary. Okay.
I
Even
think-
like the jump scares, because like I've just kind of gotten really good at being like not really reacting to jump scares. Even those got me, and I knew they were coming.
Yeah, I think Evil Dead 2 is the best horror movie.
Evil Dead 2 is up there. Evil Dead 2 is a good movie.
I love that movie.
Now, to transition this, best horror video game.
I just finished playing Silent Hill 2 this week.
Oh wow.
It
Okay,
was-
so that was a really quick answer.
It was, oh my god. I don't think it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's like it probably is the scariest game I've played. Well, maybe not. But it's definitely the best, I think, horror game because it just makes you feel and think.
And think.
It's so good.
I'm very partial to the original Dead Space.
That's a great game.
The original Dead Space was incredible. I just remember being like 16, and it was like the first time I'd ever like played like a horror game, and like me and my cousin sat down in like my grandmother's like dark living room at like 1:30 in the morning, and we were spooked. It was great. It sparked my love for horror.
For horror.
I think the most scared I've ever been playing a game was back when BioShock came out in like 2008 or 9.
Ooh.
I was like 12 or whatever, and there was a demo on PlayStation, so I downloaded that and played it as like a little 12-year-old. I was so scared when you first go down to the ocean, and the splicers there like outside your submarine thing.
I love BioShock.
Yeah, BioShock's a great game.
I actually just bought are they remastered? Whatever is the collection. on Xbox One for
Yeah,
Black Friday.
the remastered or whatever.
I hope they are remastered because those games, I love BioShock 2. That was one of my favorite games.
I think
like,
Infinite's
a
the
while
best
ago.
one.
I liked Infinite also. It
I
was
think-
different from the other two,
Yeah.
which was a turn off at first for me, but then I decided to grow up and realized it was a good game.
I think the first one's the best for me, but the other two are wicked fun too.
It's just sad. The studio shut down. Irrational.
I know.
They were based
Oh, it
out of
did?
Quincy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's close.
I think it was 2K owned them. I think.
Yeah, 2K. They were under the 2K banner.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite horror game, again, little baby boy over here. Didn't play a lot of horror games. Remember when like the Amnesia, like Slenderman craze came
Yeah.
out? Never got on any of those. My vote is Typing of the Dead,
Typing of the Dead.
or
I've never
House,
played it,
or at
but-
least House of the Dead 1 and 2. I had 1 and 2 for Wii.
Yeah, those are good
No,
games.
that was a fun game.
House of the Dead 2.
I think it technically counts as a horror game as far
Yeah.
as like not it being scary, but like the genre that it is classified in.
Yeah.
So I get to use that as my answer, and I'm okay with it.
No, it's a solid game.
And I'm okay to be made fun of in the comment section below. Oh, speaking of the comments, we had a viewer question
Oh.
submitted to us. You guys want to take it? It's pretty interesting.
Where is it?
Oh, I know it in my head. Don't even dare look
Oh,
at
okay,
that
I thought
phone,
you were.
brother. The question comes from your boy Squeezy. That's his
Freshly squeezed?
not freshly
Oh,
squeezed.
damn.
No, Squeezy. It's also my cousin, Wes. His question on the very first episode, and I've delayed putting it off until like the right moment, and I felt like this transition was perfect for it. Was if you could go in the past and know anything, completely know something,
Mm-hmm.
like to get a clear-cut confirmation on yes, that is the answer about your life, what would it be?
About my life, personally?
I think it was more of a personal one, but I don't mind making it broader
Okay.
if it makes it. Sheesh, I feel like every car's about to hit me out here. I'm freaking terrified. Sorry,
Turns out the scariest horror game is trying to get out of the backwoods.
trying to get out of planet. Yeah.
Well,
Do
do
you-
you have an answer, Jesse?
Do I have an answer? You think I would have an answer, being as I was the only one who actually knew this question was. Yeah, I think everybody in like, all right, we're gonna get deep here real quick. So we're gonna do a quick like keyframe onto my face, and it'll be nice and cool. It's like what I did for you last episode.
Yeah.
I think in life, a lot of us have a lot of regrets, a lot of different moments that we lived through, and we're like, well, if I would have chosen this over this, life would have been different. And I think for me, a lot of my memories come down, or a lot of my, like, the answers that I would want would come down to, that exactly. Where it'd be like, oh, like, what if, I chose, a different, college, or a
Yeah.
different, like, because, like, I had, originally, I think that maybe the college one is the one that I've been thinking about a lot more. Was, where I basically chose between the school that I went to, ENC, and ZooMass,
Oh, yes.
because I had friends going to ZooMass, and we were like, Liam and Tom. I was pretty hyped, like we were gonna live together, and like that school is really big for sports management, like that's a big deal.
Yeah.
But I went and I chose ENC anyways, and I always wondered like how different my life would have been if, not only if I'd like stuck around with them and like hung out with them more, but if I like missed out on like all the people, all the like the friendships that I made in my own college, or how different life would be just in general. I think for me that was my biggest one.
Yeah. It's
So
weird.
if I would like to have known that answer. Oh, I have to accept that job. We got another job.
Got another job, boys.
Let's go.
And it's taking us far away from Plymouth. So,
Let's go.
but yeah, I think that's my answer. Is I would like to have known what would have happened if I had chosen differently.
Yeah, well, I think life's you got a lot of those like butterfly effect type things where
Yeah.
you don't realize how small decisions make. I mean, not necessarily small, but one decision can make a large impact on the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And like you don't know if it's the best one, obviously, but it's the one you're living with.
Yeah. It's the one. It's the burden I have to bear now. Mac, do you got any good ones?
So, I mean, I didn't go to college, but I think a lot about the college one. Like, if I had gone to college, like how different my life would be. But the rest of them just kind of boil down to women. So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, I don't know, different pathways if I had chosen different decisions when I was younger,
Mm.
different flames, stuff like that.
I'm just thinking like, what if when I was a sperm I just didn't decide to hit the egg?
What?
My life would be way
Are you
different,
cooked
dude.
right now?
Shower thoughts.
Shower. R/shower thoughts.
Some of those are really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those are
Oh yeah,
really
Mac's on
stupid.
Reddit now. So
I am a
Mac
Reddit boy.
understand. Mac, we're gonna have to get you to go. You're gonna have to go to Reddit shower thoughts.
I'll do it when we get out.
It's supposed to be like really like deep thinking like quotes and stuff, or like deep thinking like thoughts and things. Most of them just come out as like really stupid.
Pee pee poo poo.
But it's fun. It's a good laugh when they're just sprinkled in through your timeline
Yeah.
or through your homepage or whatever. I forget what the Reddit home thing is called, but yeah, no, that's a.
So
Love
Spotify
that.
Music Wrapped came out the other day.
Oh yeah, I'm scared to look at mine.
You haven't looked at it?
So I posted on Twitter a few days. Yeah, it'll be a few days by the time this comes out. That I wasn't going to post or look at my Wrapped until I got "Remember Me" from the hit Pixar movie Coco onto my top 5 list. I'm still playing that song over and over again every day.
You're
until-
welcome.
No. No, you remember me. I'm not gonna sing anymore because I'm not getting that strike from Disney. You guys aren't getting me this time. But yeah, no, I've been holding out on it until the exact end of the year.
I think it's cool that they did stuff like that.
Oh, I love
It's
this.
just like a little consumer thing they didn't have to do, but
Yeah,
and they also did stuff for like the whole decade too.
that's the thing
Yeah,
that
which is
I'm more
crazy.
interested in is figuring out. Because I think a lot of us. When did you hop on? You're
2014 or 15.
you're on 2014. Mac, how long were you on Spotify?
Mine was 2015.
Yeah, because I was also 2015. So we all got like 5 years of data
I know it's
just
crazy.
kind of sitting on there that like I'm kind of ready to open up. Did you open up yours?
Yeah.
What was yours? Like some of the key standout facts
So
and stats
the
that you
top
got.
artist, I think. Oh, for the first 2 years it was Outkast, and then I think it was Chance the Rapper last year,
Really?
or this year. I mean, because he just got his stuff on.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
like,
Because Acid
Rap,
Yeah.
and Comic Book, and 10 Day, and then like the other one, whatever.
Mm.
I forget what the artist of the decade was or something.
What was your most played song this year?
I really don't know. I think it was Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix.
Okay. It's an oldie,
Yeah.
but a goodie. Mac, did you look at your Wrapped?
I did. I looked at it like the day it came out, which was this a couple days ago.
Yeah.
So, my artist of the year, the decade, it was the Wonder Years, which I don't really listen to the Wonder Years anymore. But my artist of the year this year was Lil Uzi Vert.
Great guy.
He's never gonna drop that album.
I was thinking Lil
There's a
Nas
couple
X.
down.
Sorry, I complimented Lil Uzi Vert by mistake. Lil Nas. Lil Nas, my favorite Twitter account still.
Honestly, he's like a solid Twitter account.
Yeah.
He's not,
Lil Nas.
yeah.
Yeah.
He actually means it. It's not like he's just fucking ham-fisted for the crowds.
He
Well,
was
that's
like,
because he started out kind of as a meme page first.
Yeah.
and then-
he was like, I think it was one. It was like 2050, and it's like my 100th remix of Old Town Road comes out, and it's just a picture of 100 horses on like an album cover. If I, you know what, maybe next episode, I will do my Spotify Wrapped.
Okay.
And I'll put it on the podcast. I'll make it I'll do like predictions.
Oh, you'll open it on the podcast.
And then I'll open it on the podcast and react live to it. Maybe something fun like that. But I want my rap to simmer for the last month. Not only so I can get Remember Me on there, but just so I can like, I don't know, I feel like if I'm like becoming self-conscious of what I listen to, I'll be like, oh, I listened to too much of this. And I'd much more rather just enjoy whatever I listen to. I'm really curious about how many hours I've listened to podcasts. Because they also show that on there too if you've listened to a certain amount of hours of podcasts.
Yeah, one person on Twitter posted that their number one new artist was like a fan. So they would listen to fan white noise when they'd fall asleep.
That's right.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, did I tell you the story about my friend Quinn who did that this summer?
I think so.
Yeah, we were, I don't know if you heard it, Mac, but we were out in Maryland, we had to sleep out, we had to camp out, and he decided to sleep in the van instead of the tent, and he normally sleeps with a box fan, but instead we didn't have a fan, like electricity and stuff in the van, so he put on box fan noise on Spotify and slept for like 8 hours, and then when we woke up, and we were talking to our friends about it, and he's like, yeah, at the end of the year, Box Fan's gonna be your number one played song. And he's like, oh man, it's gonna mess up my Spotify.
It's probably true.
Yeah, it will.
I saw
Bubba, actually. It was in his top 5 last year. It was Box Fan noise. Shout out to Bubba again. It's your second episode in a row getting a shout out. Look at you, being all great and stuff.
I saw there's this Twitter meme about there's a genre of pop rap on the Spotify list. People are like, what the hell is that? People are just getting kind of mad that their top genre was pop rap.
Oh yeah, when they showed the bar graph thing?
Yeah.
Pop rap. So that's in the same category.
I guess that'd be like...
That's probably why everybody's been listening to pop rap over the last 5 years the most. It's because of that.
Wait, what do you mean?
Every person I saw had pop rap as their number one highest thing on their bar. So
I think that's just pop now.
Pop
it's
rock.
Ariana Grande's kind of got some songs like that. Like Post Malone, Khalid, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So it's just weird.
Yeah. I was on Reddit, and one of the podcasts I listen to is the Gus and Eddie podcast. It's one of my favorite things. Somebody basically listened, I guess when you're catching up on a you can catch up on all the episodes.
Yeah.
Someone caught up on all the episodes this year, and it was you've listened to there's 55 hours worth of Gus and Eddie podcast. And they put it up on sent it to him, and he's like, you've listened to me for 3 days? Imagine spending 3 days of your life listening to the same person talk. To Gus Johnson and Eddie Burback, my guys. So I gotta go pick up this food real quick, but we'll be right back after I do that. We'll come right back to you. I pinky promise. Mac, do you pinky promise?
I pinky promise with both of my pinkies and my toes as well.
Hey everyone, it's Christmas time, and the best part about Christmas is all of the giving. And what you can do, if you want to give yourself the gift of Anchor. Anchor is the... God, I'm doing an ad read. So Anchor is an app that you can use if you have a podcast, and you can use it to further the growth of your podcast, including financial compensation for ad reads just like this, if your dad doesn't ruin them. So guys, download Anchor right now, and you can use that to further your own podcast. And we'll be back to the show now. There we go. Hey, welcome back. You know what grinds Noah's gears?
What grinds your gears, Noah?
My bank, right? I have school Monday through Friday.
Yep.
I gotta work Saturdays usually. It's not open on Sunday because the bank. Saturday it's open from 10 to 12, or it's 8 to 12 or something. It's open for 4 hours.
When normal people work.
Yeah. Or just sleep because it's Saturday or something. And then I have no time to go to the bank unless I want to go Friday night after school and crap. So that's my rant. I hate banks. You don't need, like, if we're gonna have Sunday off, like, be open more than 4 hours a day on Saturday. Turd.
Freaking jerks. Here you go. You're welcome. It smells amazing. So you are very lucky. Have a great night. All right. Well, thankfully she came out to meet me.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. Beep. I censored her name out
good.
before I could even say it. Now that delivery's over with, time to play our favorite game. Let's see if what Noah says passes the censor.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to El Mariachi. That's right down the street.
All right.
All right, take it away, Noah.
So, yeah, mine's not gross this week or anything. It's just a bunch of bull.
Oh, there goes the censor bar.
Okay, so you know how last week was Thanksgiving break?
Mhm.
Okay, first of all, Thanksgiving break is kind of stupid in my opinion. Because at least when it comes to school, it's like you get Thursday off, Friday off, and then you just have a weekend. So you have 4 days. That's obviously nice. But when you're in college and stuff, they think it's a perfect time to give you tests and projects up the ass. When everybody is working Black Friday, it's a holiday Thursday, so that just gives you 2 days, a normal weekend, and it's not like you have more time to do anything. It's just 2 days. Anyway,
That
we
is
had
gross.
a test scheduled Monday,
Uh-oh.
so I was spending a lot of time
I think you've told me
during
about
break.
this one. This is bad.
I was spending time on a break, on holiday break, studying for the test, obviously. So,
Let's just remember, we couldn't actually film a podcast last weekend because Noah was studying for
Yes.
his test.
so it snowed a little bit on Sunday night.
Just
But
a little. It was a tease.
Like towards Boston's a little more, but like it wasn't enough to kill anybody. And it stopped snowing by the time school started, which is the big thing, really. If it's snowing while it's driving, it's way worse. So I get into class.
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting there. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9:45. The class starts at 10. I'm waiting. Teacher comes in at 9:50. Like, okay, let's get these tests. Usually they pass it out a few minutes early just so we get a little more time.
Mm-hmm.
It's 9:55. Me and my friend's like, all right, is he gonna pass this out yet? 10 o'clock comes. We don't have the test yet. 10:02. The teacher's sitting there. He opens up the computer. He's like, yeah. So we're not gonna take the test today. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why? Did he ever give you a reason why?
I think like 1 or 2 people emailed him saying that they couldn't make it because of the snow, which is valid, but the whole class was there basically, minus maybe those 2 people. So why wouldn't you just work with those 2 people? Or why wouldn't you email the class and say that you're not going to have the test beforehand?
Instead of
waiting till everybody comes there, thinking they're going to take a test. My friend takes a certain type of pills, right, for anxiety and whatnot, and it's allocated for each test. So she had to take one, and then she didn't use it. So she wasted a pill that she can't just get back.
What?
That's
Can't
rough.
just reverse digest it.
Well, I mean, like, it's not like you just go to the doctor and be like, yeah, give me some more of those, please.
That's rough. I gotta go pick up this food.
But that's
And then
basically it. We had
I'll
the
be
test
back.
Wednesday, and it was a bunch of shit. So
Rip.
I hate that class. Have fun at the mariachi.
I will. All right, so Mac, you had this story for us?
Okay, so it's about wrestling. So
Right.
if you're a non-wrestling fan, this is gonna put you off completely, and you're gonna be like, "Why the f- is this?" Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to swear.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're gonna be like, "Why is this kid talking about this? This is stupid." But I watched this match the other day. This
Uh-huh.
wrestling match, and it was from GCW from like a little while ago.
Okay. Game Changer Wrestling.
Yeah. And it was Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan.
Oh, I've heard about that match actually.
Wait, versus Invisible Stan?
Invisible Stan. So like, it was literally just a match where there was nothing happening, but the ref like
Oh, what
would just
the hell?
run around and act like something was happening, and people like the crowd would just lose their minds. Like, and it was like it had
I'm about to
everything
look
that
this
like
up.
a great wrestling match has. It had run-ins, it had high spots, and it had a story. They built it as like the blood feud between the two brothers, with Invisible Man was like the good guy and Invisible Stan was the heel. But like they had like a balcony in like the venue.
Did they
and, like,
climb the balcony?
Yeah, like the referee like climbed the balcony and he was like, "You guys need to stop. You guys need to stop." And it was like a 30-foot, like the commentators, the crowd, everything was just perfect. Like in any other scenario in any other company, I feel like it wouldn't have worked. But like they did a spot where the invisible people dove off the the balcony, and there was like people underneath to catch them, and they all fell over, but like nothing fell from the balcony. And like the crowd started chanting like the typical crowd stuff. Yeah, it was just great. Like it's only like 11 minutes long, so if you guys have the time, I would watch it.
Yeah.
But I literally watched nothing happen for 11 minutes, and it was the greatest 11 minutes I've ever spent watching wrestling.
We're gonna watch it when we're done with
Yeah,
the
we're
show.
gonna have to. That's I hate people that can't suspend their disbelief for anything.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to show my friends Star Wars, and they're like, "This is stupid." I'm like, "How can you say it was episode 4? How can you say Star Wars is stupid? Why can't you just have fun?" They're like, the effects are bad." I'm like, just it's not
just
real.
watch
Obviously, it's not real. Why do you expect it to be realistic? It's from 1977.
There's no wars.
It looks good. There's no wars in the
There's
stars.
no wars. Why are you getting mad? There's no wars.
I was just watching wrestling at my friend's house too, because AEW was on. It was a Wednesday night, so I was like, I might as well just watch this. So I was watching it, like, how can you watch this? I'm like, it's just fun. I don't.
It's just fun.
You know it's fake, right? Okay, I
a
don't
gal?
care. The
Yeah, of course
NFL's
not.
probably fixed too. You watch that and bet on it.
Yeah.
There's a
The
Domino's
sign-
over there.
Yeah, you
The
guys.
sign's in.
What?
It's
Yeah, that
so
sign's
close
been-
to happening.
That sign's been up for like 2 weeks.
Oh, I
Really? I
haven't been
haven't
over
noticed
here.
I'm excited for it. So we're getting a Domino's, and it's a big deal.
Yeah, we had one like 10 years ago, but it went away and was replaced with a jewelry store.
Yeah, so we're really excited for that. All right, I got one more story to close out the podcast.
Okay.
I have this week's wild delivery story, where we talk about the weirdest thing that happened to me this week while delivering food. So I deliver for this guy. I won't say where or his name, obviously, protect him. But he's out in the middle of nowhere. He's like out in the boonies. He's out by where Neve lives, right?
Ah, yes.
So
Scary
literally
part.
like 15 minutes away from anything. So I pick up Wendy's for him. I drive it all the way out. It's pouring rain. I only deliver to this guy when it's pouring rain. This is like the second time this has happened, but like the first time that it's been like wild. So like it's pouring, and the instructions like, oh, just leave it outside, that's the front door. First of all, he doesn't have a front door, so I get really confused. And then he wants me to leave it outside when it's raining out. So I text him like, hey man, like, you know, your food's gonna get all wet. And he's like, yeah, I get it. Don't worry, just leave it out there. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I left it. So I texted him, I was like, hey, whatever his name is, just because I can't say it. You know, I always remember my customers' names. I was like, hey, just letting you know, I just dropped off the food. It's all over by your side door. And he's like, thanks, Jesse, ooh.
He said ooh.
He oohed me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He hit me with the hard ooh. And I'm like sitting in the middle of the woods in my car. And I'm
You
reading
wondered,
this.
is it all worth it?
I'm reading this. He tips great, by the way. So I'm not really
Oh, good.
complaining. He's a great, I will deliver there again. But I'm sitting there reading this and I'm like, so this is what it's like when you win. So this is the peak of everything that I've been doing. It was so funny.
Yeah, that's insane.
It was the greatest moment of my delivery career, I guess.
The thing is,
one
like,
of my favorites.
You could get him again.
I probably will
So-
before the end of the year. He
man.
orders fair. Again, I've had him multiple times already. All right, I'm gonna go deliver this food, and then we'll give you a quick wrap up. Well, guys, thanks for checking out another episode of the Delivery Boys podcast. You know, it's always my favorite part, just hanging out with my friends while they watch me make money. That's really it. That's all it comes down to. It's the best of both worlds. It's social interaction and monetary gain. Mac, thanks for being on the show.
Anytime. I had a blast.
I know we've been trying to get you on since the first episode, but you're so solid of a friend that I knew I could get you on whenever.
Absolutely.
And I'm just so happy. I'm sorry we didn't get to go to any grocery stores tonight for you.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Well, next time you're on,
How would that even work?
Yeah, I haven't thought that far through yet. I was just really hoping that app was gonna work. No, next time that we're wait, that's not the turn. The turn's right here. Next time you're on, we're definitely gonna try to be doing some more. Nope, that was the turn right there. Oh well, this neighborhood makes no sense.
Yep.
Anyways, as I was saying, next time you're on, we're definitely gonna try to do some more fun grocery stuff. Just we're gonna have you as our grocery expert from here on out.
All right.
Our correspondent in the meat room.
All right. Sounds good. I'm hip. I'm
Noah,
ready for it.
thanks for taking the busy time out of your end of the semester to come hang out with me again, to hang out with all you guys, because they're sacrificing stuff here. You know, I'm literally just working. I'm doing what I normally do. These guys are the ones coming out to entertain you guys in
For
your
the culture.
earbuds for the culture. Guys, thanks for watching and thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode, brand new guests, and a brand new attitude, maybe.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
Oh,
Too
peace.
fast. Cool.
Delivery